Rick Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome and thanks for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something that is a real challenge for a lot of people, even maybe more intermediate and advanced players. And it's something that I get a lot of questions on, and it's the idea of how to add vibrato to a note once it is bent. Now, there are a couple of things that are vitally important, and without these things, I can promise you that this just isn't gonna happen. Okay, so I wanna be clear that if you can't handle a couple of the prerequisites, this is putting the cart before the horse. You're simply not going to be able to do it right now. You gotta get some of those basic skills under your belt first. The first thing, of course, is you have to be able to do the bend itself. Okay, so if I'm taking notes from, say, an A minor pentatonic scale, you know, good old box one. Actually, let's do the 4-note solo pattern. So in A, I'm gonna put my third finger right on the A at the second string, and I have those 4 notes at my disposal. The top note of that pattern, the D, we commonly bend this up to an E. So the first thing is this: if you can't get it to an E and get it there quickly and hold it solid, if you can't do that much, this isn't really going to work out. Okay, so if you're struggling to get the bend and hold it, okay, that's not going to work out. Second thing is vibrato in general. Right? Now, when we do vibrato, different people have different ways of doing it. Some people will kind of use this knuckle, this first knuckle, as like a fulcrum and sort of rock it around that. Some people tend to shake it up and down more. Some people will kind of squeeze. I'm kind of a squeezer, I guess you could say. I'm basically squeezing up and down. None of that really matters as much for a bent vibrato, because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to release. But what's important is that you have the control. Okay, so if you are still struggling, like if you can hit that D and give it a little shake and give it a little vibrato and you feel okay doing that, then you're probably going to be able to handle doing it with a bend. If you can't already give a little vibrato to that note, then you're going to want to take some time with that first, okay? So again, just make sure that you can do the bend and that you can do the vibrato, okay? Now, the technique for doing the vibrato once the note is bent is a little bit different than doing it when it's not bent. And the primary difference is that instead of going up more and coming back, see, when we have no bend, we go up a little and then we come back. Our only option is to go from the fundamental pitch up a little bit and back. But you can hear it's only maybe a quarter of a step at the most. Even if I have a really wide vibrato, it might be a half step. And by the way, if you're having trouble with other notes ringing out, remember to keep that right hand flush on the guitar. That helps a lot. Right? Or keep the picking hand. If you're left-handed, I guess it'd be your left hand, but I've got my fingers really muting everything out for me. Okay, when I do it from a bent, I'm releasing. So I'm going from my fundamental pitch down a little bit and back up. Now, this may require muscling your guitar a little bit. Right? If you find that, you know, you have a hard time doing that, you may end up shaking the guitar around a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's important to note that when we do a regular vibrato, right, we have the regular pitch and we bend it up a little bit and back, up a little bit and back. When we have a note already bent, we go below the pitch a little bit and back, below the pitch a little bit and back. So we're releasing and pushing back instead of pushing and then releasing. It's kind of like out of phase, 180 degrees, if you will. It's just the opposite. Instead of going up and back, we're going down and back and down and back. All right? So that's really all there is to it. And it doesn't matter where and you can practice doing it like in time. Or you can try to go slow and then get faster. But you kind of got to, you're not going to be able to play this a whole lot at once. If you try to spend 10 minutes just doing a bend and adding some vibrato, your hand's going to get pretty tired. So sprinkle this in as you do other things throughout the day, and I think you'll get much more out of it. All right, so again, really make sure you got the prerequisites. If you can't already do the bends and you can't already do a little bit of vibrato, it's hard to say, it's probably going to be a real struggle to do vibrato with a bent note. It just requires a lot of control over the guitar. But if you have those basic things, you can probably start to add this in if it's something that you want to hear. All right? So try that out. As always, if you have guitar playing friends that you think would dig this video, I hope you will share it with them. And in the meantime, I will see you next time. I'm Griff Hamlin from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Take care. Bye-bye.